Hey there, this is Sandy Montello. Welcome back to the channel that teaches you the highest return on investment skill that you can have in the online education space, which is quality, effective teaching and authentically delivering transformations to our client. In this video, we're going to talk about how to scale high-ticket programs. Specifically, that varies greatly from how to sell low-ticket programs. I'm going to go into all of that in this video. Let's get started. So when most marketers are talking about scaling, the first thing that usually comes to mind is evergreen automations, how to use AI, how to have ad campaigns, how to have systems and processes in place to get more traffic and more reach and more leads and more eyeballs on sales pages. That's usually what marketers are talking about when they're talking about scaling, is to give your sales page to anybody and everybody, focus on conversions and copy and all of that. So while that is important, that is not what is going to move the needle in terms of a high-ticket program. And I like to use the phrase premium value program, premium value product, because you're not just charging money just to charge more money. What you're offering on the higher end of your product suite is a higher transformation. So the missing part of how to scale those is not going to be the same marketing strategies we use for our low-ticket programs, our ads, getting in front of people. We're going to need to have an established authority and trust and reputation in order for people to buy from us in these high-ticket premium value programs. So we've established the difference between a low-ticket offer and then a high-ticket offer, or a premium value offer. Low-ticket is a quick win, it's information-heavy, it's a small little question and it solves a small little problem, and they got it for under $100 and they're done. It's quick information. So your quality in that low-ticket offer is going to determine if they are interested in your premium value offer. What's that premium value offer that you're going to bring them from A to Z, and it's going to be an incredible transformation? They're asking themselves if it's worth the investment and if you're a good enough teacher to deliver on that outcome that you're marketing. So let's get into some statistics. There is some data here that shows, I'm going to be explaining why it's so important in our premium value ecosystem to have repeat buyers and to have referral rates and testimonials, authentic testimonials. In my other video, I explained why testimonials are not reliable, but when those testimonials transfer into a repeat buyer and a referral, then we have an entire way to scale our premium value products. So in 2013, there was a study that showed that on average it cost $9 to acquire a new customer. In recent data, it's showing that there is a cost of $29 to acquire new customers. Now, this is a big average across many different industries. We're looking for information that's applying directly to our online education industry, but on average, to acquire a new customer, it costs 5 to 7 times more to acquire new customers than to retain existing customers. So if we could just retain our existing customers and create this wonderful microcosm of people who love our product and the outcomes that we deliver, we're going to be far better off than these marketers that are depending on hype. A lot of people say the minute I stop posting on social media is the minute that I stop making sales. I can't make sales if I'm not posting or promoting. That's when we know that we have a hype and marketing first business model. So as we go through this video, I want you to keep this quote in mind. Marketers have a message, teachers have results. So marketers have a message. They're constantly projecting this message everywhere. It's this message that gets people into buying from them. But teachers have results, and teachers are making more money on the outcome of their clients. They're getting more money, again, from testimonials and repeat buyers because they deliver such a premium educational product. So I want you to ask yourself, which one of these do you perseverate over in your business? Are you focused more on your messaging? Are you really clear on your conversion rates and copy and SEO and all of the data that's going along with your systems that support leads and traffic? Or do you know exactly where your students are falling off, what parts they get, what parts of your curriculums and programs and coaching and consulting that they love, which parts resonate the most, what doesn't work, which examples don't work, which analogies don't land, the outcomes of some of these quantitative outcomes that you can measure, which one of these would you say applies more to your business? Because when we talk about building a reputation and authority, it's one of those two categories that's going to be building your reputation and authority. I can already think of some marketers in mind that I know are marketers because that is exactly where their area and zone of genius is. They do not have, unfortunately, wonderful educational products. I wish that I could help them, but they don't. They focus more on marketing. They're marketing and educational products, but it's not of quality. Their baseline for their business is marketing. With that in mind, I want to read you this study from marketing professionals, and they're explaining why outcome-based businesses are so successful. It's because an outcome-based approach increases lifetime customer value while lowering ad costs. Outcome-based marketing outperforms reach-based marketing and outperforms return on ad spend, ROAS, more than 50%. One study found. Moreover, it found that the movable middles, like the warm leads, they can be predicted within 90% accuracy, a true indicator of how effective an outcome-based approach can be. So I cannot understate the importance of referrals and repeat buyers as a tool for scaling high-ticket programs. It is a lot less likely to get a cold lead into our high-ticket program because they have no idea if you're a good teacher or not, if you can really deliver on that transformation. Another article by Forbes explains why referrals are the most valuable form of marketing. Oh my goodness, this one's good. It goes on to say, which marketing or sales tactic do you think has the highest ROI? Inbound marketing, email campaigns, pay-per-click advertising? The truth is there's a standout winner that can't be touched by any other method. The winner is referrals. Referrals are some of the most valuable leads you can get. 78% of B2B business-to-business marketers say that referral programs generate good or excellent leads. 60% that they generate the highest volume of leads is word-of-mouth referrals. 54% that referral programs have a lower cost per lead. Just amazing data on referrals. So why is there a love for referrals? Because you're getting warm leads. You're getting someone to refer your program to someone else, and they are a friend or they're a coworker or they're a colleague, and they trust that person who is referring to them. So that referral comes with a personal touch of trust. They trust that person. They trust that person's judgment. Therefore, they're a lot more likely to buy from you. So how do we do this? How do we get people to refer us, to genuinely refer us, be a repeat buyer, and refer us to their business friends and anyone that they think can benefit from the transformation they offer? Well, that's exactly the part that we need. We need to have authentic transformations. So I have studied learning science for decades. I have a master's degree in it, and we know that information does not produce mastery. So in our premium value products, we have to actually facilitate a transformational journey for our clients and have them replicate that in their businesses and their programs. So we need to master how to deliver on transformation. Some things that I teach inside of my intensive are deliberate delivery. So in my transformational teaching cycle, the first part is information. It's not just information and we're just talking to talk, and we've got 49 modules of me recording a video and just talking and talking. That's usually what a lot of these programs are. But actually strategic, first of all, planning in our content, how it's designed and sequenced and chunked in a way that the learner can comprehend and digest. This is called the cognitive load theory. There's only so much just the human mind can tolerate in a certain period of time. It depends on how dense the material is. There's a 10-minute rule where our attention span is only at best 10 minutes, so we need to constantly change up our teaching methodologies. There's different types of assessments. There's many different types of assessments to check for comprehension. In schools, they have multiple choice tests or projects. In the business world, it's completely different. It's more application based. All of these are different tools to facilitate transformations. The most important of which is at the end, where we're designing feedback loops. We are designing a feedback loop for our clients so that they can understand how to continually practice the art of teaching, and then for their clients to make sure that they're implementing the frameworks and strategies that they are learning inside these premium value programs. So all of this is going to develop a really, really quality premium value program that the clients are going to be so excited to be a part of because they're getting really amazing results, whatever it is that you're promoting or marketing, your niche, your transformation that you're saying out loud on the internet and social media. They're actually getting it. They're actually getting the thing that you're talking about, they're going to tell all of their friends. They're going to say that Sandy is just the best teacher. She can teach me how to change my program from completely boring and a staggeringly low completion rate to people finishing my courses, giving me testimonials without me begging for them, and then they told 6 other people. That is the sweet spot where we want to be with scaling high-ticket businesses. So before I leave you, I want to show you this thing that I do with my clients inside of my intensive. I love quantitative information. We have qualitative, like descriptive. I liked it. It was good. It was fast-paced. It was the right pace. We want quantitative information. What are the numbers that are actually going to show that we're delivering a transformation? People are not doing this. They're not studying the science of teaching within the online education space. So this is so exciting. So I show this. It's the transformational ROI calculator. So the first part, there's 2 parts. There's 2 tabs inside the calculator, and I have back-end formulas that put all of this data in it. And the first one is finding completion rates. So what my clients do is they'll do a self-assessment. I'll walk them through an audit of their programs, whether it's a mid-ticket program or high-ticket program. Usually we're specializing in high-ticket programs because that's where their bread and butter for their business is in the high-ticket program. So we'll go through, and I have a whole checklist. It's a rubric with a scorecard. They give scores based on if they think that they have sufficiently designed their program for clarity, for engagement, for excitement, for implementation, for application, for transformation, and for feedbacks. They score themselves based on all of these things, and then they put this inside the calculator. So you can see the completion rate ranges. On average, completion rates for DIY courses are awful. They're 15% or below without any support. They're really, really bad. So let's say that you have one of these courses. No judgment if you do. That's okay. That's why I'm here. We're going to fix that. But let's say you have a 15% completion rate. Of the lifetime value of your customer, you're only capturing 10%. So if 100 people go through your program, you might get 10%. You might get 10 more people to buy from you again, maybe. And if those 10 people buy from you again, it's probably because you used one of these hype tactics for marketing. You used the countdown timers or some of this addiction-based verbiage, psychology, marketing psychology. We are working on how to get repeat customers through outcome-based marketing, having the highest quality marketing. So when we move into the second part of the calculator, this is where my clients will enter their program price. So here's an example of one. The program price was $2,000, so it was kind of middle level for this client. They're wanting them to ascend into their high-ticket program. So it started with $2,000. Based on that scorecard that I was telling you, the rubric where we go through and self-audit their program, they gave themselves a 75%, 75 out of 100. Based on that number, that's their evaluation. Mine might be higher or lower, depending on how I evaluate it, but their number changes later on. Their completion rate is 71%. Lifetime value captured 74%, all this to show that the estimated lost revenue per 100 students was $62,000. So if they could improve that score by 10 points, if they could improve their transformational effectiveness score and include some of these strategies that I teach, they could have a gain of about $24,000 by the end of the year just by implementing these strategies that are going to produce a transformational program. If you're interested in any of that, you can find my intensive link down below, information on how to work with me. I work in really small, close-knit environment. I don't have big, massive group memberships where you're a dime a dozen. I actually believe in client transformation. That's why I'm here. So if that interests you, find the link below. If you want more information on transformational teaching, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll catch you on the next video.